What do you think about the Joe Rogan deal? There I am right there in that garage in Reseda, man. I rolled in.
So funny.
Her and her husband do it.
That's so goddamn funny.
It was pretty good over there. I gave her a nice tip, I felt like, and her husband has 2 kids he's divorced, but he has 2 kids that moved to the town I'm from, actually in Louisiana, and they're living over there.
How old are they?
Like
adults?
They're not of age, nuh-uh. I mean, the daughter sounded hot, but she's young, you know? But that's what the lady said. I didn't say that. I didn't even ask. But
Rogan, I think it's fucking awesome. I think it's...
What do you think it's going to do? What do you think it's going to do?
Well, we talked about this on the phone. I don't think it's going to do much. I think it's good. I think it's unequivocally good. Because when Howard Stern went from radio to satellite, it was almost like he left popular culture. Whereas Joe, podcast is already not, it's already like off the beaten path. So I think he's not going to be reduced culturally at all.
Right.
Like he's not going to miss. I don't know how much that means to him anyway, but he's not going to be any less relevant culturally. And it sounds like a lot of money and with very little downside. It's like his listeners have to listen to ads.
I think there'll be a subscription if you don't want to listen to ads.
Yeah.
Same as YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Kind of vibe.
It seems like he's like the guy to do it because he got, like you said, he got everything he wanted. He's licensed it, so he's not giving up IP. He can still put out YouTube clips, which is like his biggest growth. More people watch his clips than his full episodes on YouTube anyways. I don't see the downside. People are like, oh, Spotify might be able to control him. I think that's why he licensed.
They don't want to control him. The reason he's popular is because he talks about 10 things. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think they're going to be like, could you just focus on UFOs?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, they're not going to. And also, if he feels like, if he even sniffs like they're trying to control him, he'll just go, fuck this.
I think that's why he said fuck this to YouTube, because they are doing some of that slightly censorship thing. I don't think.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah. I mean, just like if you talk about Corona, they'll demonetize you.
Yeah, and I think that kind of stuff could just be getting stronger, as we go along. It definitely seems like on Twitter, it's like it's a very liberal app. It seems like, so I think that, I think that I could see some of the other, the giants, some of the other social media giants, and YouTube's it's really kind of like social media in a way. I mean, but I'm curious to see what Spotify's new interface is going to look like, because if they're going to start video and they're going to have his full episodes, and then are they going to buy other stuff to supplement it? Because you can't just go there.
I promise you they're going to ask you, Schultz, Santino. I'm sure they've already asked Burr.
Obama. Does Obama have a deal at Spotify? That's a rumor that I heard.
Yeah, there you go. Spotify deal.
Podcast.
Yeah, that was back in June already.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I'm sure they've already asked Burr. I'm sure they've already asked Bill Simmons. They gave him $100 million. Like
they gave him $100 million.
I think it was 100.
Yeah, I think 150. But the difference there, they bought the Ringer actually.
Right.
Joe Rogan just licensed it. So.
Right.
But they also pay Amy Schumer. She isn't doing
Schumer's
video.
Had a show.
Joe Budden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe Budden.
So like they'll I think they'd rather have more than less. There's no downside. I mean, but like a lot of my podcast just streams on Spotify. Like Joe wouldn't give it to them, I think.
Right.
And
yeah, I don't think, and they're going to license, I guess at a certain point he'll be able to get it all back.
Yeah.
Will they take everything he has on YouTube and put it onto Spotify?
The full episodes, yes. And it's going to be like a slow transition.
Okay.
So it's been, so he's got a huge library. He's got 6,000 hours, I would guess.
Wow.
He's done maybe not 6,000, but definitely 3,000.
Yeah.
So I think it's good for both of them, honestly. Yeah. Their stock went up 10%.
Yeah.
Like on the announcement, like it's good. That's all they wanted.
I wonder what their platform is going to be like. Are people? I mean, it is time for YouTube to have a competitor for sure.
And I don't know if that's YouTube's going to be hard to compete with because they have a 15-year lead. And they're owned by Google, and like they just have a lot of shit going for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy for Joe, and it seems like there's no downside. If that's a smart investment on their part. I think I said to you on the phone, the fact that Comedy Central or a network never got a bunch of podcasts, video podcasts, and just put them on Comedy Central at 10:30, the way E used to put Howard Stern on, it's still baffling to me. It's still, because you look at the amount of hits it would get, you'd be like, those are better numbers than Comedy Central numbers.
Yeah.
So why would you guys? And I think it's because they didn't feel like they did it.
Yeah, like Loveline at night. Remember even having Loveline on? That was like having a podcast. Basically, just sitting there, and that was kind of a popular show. I felt like.
But Loveline was a produced version of the radio show. I don't even think they needed to do all that.
Yeah.
They could have. What people didn't realize is this is enough.
Yeah.
This is enough. They used to. I mean, Howard Stern used to show it, and then they acted like, well, that didn't happen. And then I guess Imus did it on. He used to be on MSNBC.
It's gonna be. I mean, it's definitely gonna be interesting. I think for Joe, it's really a no lose. He just licenses. He can have it back. I'm guessing whenever he leaves.
The thing about Joe is he doesn't seem rich,
right?
Even though he's been rich, and now he's like getting to like wealthy.
Yeah.
Hasn't really changed. He looks like he'd look if he worked construction.
Yeah.
Almost to the outfit.
Yeah.
Like it's on nothing's different, which is part of his appeal. He just doesn't. That's his sensibility. It's like t-shirts and jeans and
and a pocket full of fresh hawk meat.
Good evening, good afternoon, and other times. Thanks for watching that video you just saw. I mean, it was okay. But the next video you could watch could be way better. What if you watch a video right now that changes your life? Well, you could watch this one, or watch this one. Watch this one, watch this one, watch this one. Ah!